Greetings everyone, Reed here, and you are watching MOI, your source for how to survive the apocalypse today, now. Let's give you some answers. Today we're going to talk about emergency food. And no, I'm not going to drag out the MREs, the food buckets, and everything else. There's plenty of videos out there for doing stuff like that. And also, if you need basic cooking, go check out Paulo Prepared. He's been going over a lot of good stuff on that. And cooking is a very valuable skill, especially if we're going to be stuck inside for a while and having to self-quarantine and everything else going on. But today, let's say you wake up, you realize, you know what? The world's gone crazy, absolutely, totally nuts, and we need to get some additional food, stuff like that. Okay, so need to go buy freeze-dried. Guess what? It's all sold out. Everywhere I've looked, I've seen freeze-dried stuff sold out until further notice. Okay, freeze-dried, out. Not gonna happen. No freeze-dried. All right, dehydrated food goods. Yeah. Camping supplies and all that other stuff I've seen from lots of places, oh, they are sold out big time. Stuff on Amazon, all that, back ordered till late April, maybe even come in May and stuff like that for a lot of things I've seen. Okay, dehydrated foods, out. Let's see, what are the food ideas? Oh, go to the grocery store, let's go get food there. You know what, it's pretty wild. There's been mismatch and stuff like that of things at the grocery store. You've seen all sorts of stuff. And crazy is a lot of perishables are gone from the grocery stores. Well, that's not what we want, all right? Now, here's where the solution is. It is at the grocery store, all right, for what we're going to do. And when I'm talking about emergency food and all this, basically, this is about you growing food to help offset your food needs for the season. Now, I'm expecting things to right now, unless something changes, that's why we're always keeping an eye on everything, something changes. Right now, I think we're kind of going to be at a steady level for a couple weeks, all right? So this is a perfect time to start a garden. Yes, start growing things and putting stuff in the ground. And as it grows throughout the season, because if we're not going into winter, we're going into summer and spring, this is the perfect time to put stuff in the ground to help offset your food needs. Now, when I say food, we want dense calorie foods. Growing yourself a bunch of tomatoes is not dense calorie foods, all right? Sure, grow some tomatoes, but don't make that your entire crop. You're gonna starve if you're growing only lettuce, all right? There ain't anything there for you. All right, dense calorie foods. We're talking grains and beans and stuff. So let's take a look at grains. What one can we pick up at the store to help get us going? Popcorn. Okay, this I still see on the shelves. It's still there, popcorn, okay? Now, you're probably thinking, Reed, I don't wanna eat just popcorn all day, every day. That's gonna be crazy. No, this is corn, right? This stuff, you can plant in the ground, it will sprout, it will grow. Done it myself, okay? So you can go buy this, $2. You got a whole bunch of seed for corn and it will make a bunch of corn for you. Now this corn, guess what? You can grind it, make cornmeal out of it, okay? Cornmeal, cornbread, hey, there's something good. All sorts of stuff you can do with cornmeal. Check out tons of videos on YouTube about what you can do with cornmeal. Great thing. And popcorn, really easy to get a hold of. It's one of the few corn seeds you can find at the store that will grow for you and will work really well for a lot of things, okay? And you, like I said, grind it in cornmeal. Now, if you're thinking, hey, Reed, I don't got a grain mill. How am I going to grind this to cornmeal? 2 rocks, if you have to, okay? It'll work. It's like the way the Native Americans used to do it. There's all sorts like that. And in fact, you can go read on primitive technology all throughout YouTube for how to grind stuff like this into cornmeal. And it is labor intensive, but we all need some exercise, including me, because too fat as it is, I'm working on a diet and exercise and everything else. So I'm going to be doing lots of stuff outside and taking you along with me as I'm doing it to get more exercise and do stuff. Anyways, I got lots to do. Happens usually the winter I get a little bit more heavy, in the summer I lose a bunch because I'm outside and doing stuff. Anyways, back to the point. Popcorn. Recommend you get some. Yes, it grows. It's seeds. Plant it in the ground. Okay? Other stuff. Dense calorie foods. Beans. Okay? We have lots of options for beans. We got these. We got lima beans, black beans, red kidney beans, stuff like that. Okay, these are all, stuff you see, dried beans in the food aisle. Guess what? They're seeds. They grow. Put them in the ground, water them, they will sprout and grow up, okay? They may not be perfectly adapted to your area and stuff, but I have adapted beans to my area from stuff from store-bought. In fact, most of the beans I grow from a lot of my black beans are store-bought, adapted to my area beans. And so like that. So if you're not in the desert like me, they'll probably adapt to your area much faster, right? But you can put these whole bunch, get a lot of seeds, plant a lot of area. And if you got a yard, dig up the grass, just dig it all up, plant beans everywhere and corn, like I showed you, those 2 things. Start putting those in the ground. lots of good calories in beans, protein, and everything else, right? And you can make beans tasty in tons and tons of different ways. And there's lots of videos you can find on YouTube about how to make beans super tasty and delicious. I personally love putting refried beans with a lot of things. Yeah, I know. I like black refried beans. We'll make a video on that eventually. It'll be coming. But beans, yes, these are seeds, okay? You don't need to buy beans in seed, the packets and all that stuff. You can buy these. And yes, they grow. They really do. It's amazing. In fact, I was setting it up with Lee when I first started doing some stuff, and she's like, wait, you can plant those and they grow? Yes, yes, they do. I know it's shocking to think that this stuff in the food aisle will actually grow and make more beans for you, but it will. And you put them in the ground, let them grow, let them make pods, just like that. And then once they start turning yellow, you pick the pods, dry them, and you got beans. So that's what their goal is. Our goal is for as things are staying steady, we're taking a measured response. And our measured response right now is to better our position by growing more of our own food to extend our supplies. All right? This is one of my solutions to a problem. A lot of people, like in Venezuela, when things started going bad and stuff like that, I'm certain a lot of people thought, if I'd actually started gardening, learning the process and all then, as it progressively got worse, they would have been further and further along to being more self-sufficient on their food supplies. Okay? So I say, get beans. Now, another thing you can get. These are black-eyed peas, all right? It's like that. Yeah, I actually like these, okay? Some people don't, but I like these kind of things, all right? These are also seeds. Yes, more seeds from the food aisle. You can plant these in the ground, they will grow. And these are great because beans and peas are also nitrogen fixers. These things help feed other things in the ground, okay? So if you have other plants, and you can go Google online, or not just Google, other web pages, other web searchers like DuckDuckGo or some of the others, go search for companion plants, stuff that will pair well with the things you're planting, because the beans can feed your corn, right? And then there's squash, okay? The squash will help protect your corn and your beans, and that's an old system called the Three Sisters, and it works very well. I found it works really well here. Go check out on the web, search for it, Three Sisters growing method. Dig it up. Good method. But grow these, grow peas and stuff. These are like $1.49, right? Ton cheaper than a seed packet, and you get a lot more seeds, right? I know, we got to be smart and efficient. And like I said, these things are hit and miss, but they are still available on the store shelves where I'm at. But tell me about where you're at. Do you still see some of this stuff show there? If you do, see a packet like that, think, oh, that's not too much to feed me, but it's enough for you to grow a whole bunch. Definitely get it. All right, what else can we do? Potatoes, all right? Go to the store, get potatoes. Look around for the organics. A lot of I've noticed the organic pricier stuff still on the shelves, still exists. Things like that. Go get it. They often don't spray it with growth inhibitor, all right? That's what a lot of potatoes are sprayed with to prevent them from making these things, the eyes. Well, you get a bunch of the organics. Hey, you know what? There's eyes that'll come out for a while. You gotta wait a little bit, but they'll make them. Guess what? We dig a hole, put these in the ground. Yay! We have potato plants growing. Yes, and actually dig a fairly deep, good hole. There's lots of good videos out there on growing potatoes. So like that. In fact, Paul Meta Prepared up there had a thing about putting potatoes in himself just recently. I'll link right up to the videos and take a look. Get yourself some potatoes, set them out, in a dry place, not just smashed with the sun, just kind of, an area that in your house, kind of near a window, but doesn't get direct sun. Leave them there till they make eyes. Put them in the ground. There you go, potatoes, get going. It's like that. Now you can also, I have sometimes successfully won with regular store-bought potatoes, making eyes and getting growing. You usually have to wash them real good, okay? And so like that to get the growth inhibitor off. And then sometimes they will make eyes. It's not a full thing. The organic's far more likely. Like I got some purple potatoes at one of the supermarkets, and they were already growing eyes at the shelf when I bought them a couple years back, and we actually grew a plant out of them. So I was like, hey, cool. But yeah, potatoes. Organics often don't have the growth inhibitor on them. You can make eyes out of them. Now another guy out there, Liberty Garden, has a great video. Link will be up here. He shows you how to start sweet potato slips from store-bought sweet potatoes. Great thing to do. So if you see sweet potatoes, get them. Bring them home. There you go. You can start getting there and get yourself some nice sweet potatoes. And I just about lost my potato, but I caught it. So there you go. We're going to extend our food supplies, assuming, right now we're going into spring and summer. Get stuff in the ground, get it growing. If you haven't grown before, don't worry about it. Just buy stuff, get going on it, get trying. Yes, it's gonna be hard work. Yes, you're gonna be outside doing stuff, which is good for you. health-wise. It's got you something to do, okay? And you are working towards bettering your position. This will extend your food supplies and give you more skills. And this will be useful. If things get worse, you know you've already got stuff growing, all right, which is great. Also, if you got a bunch of corn inside, you don't like a bunch of corn, go trade it, right? This is a barter item you can use later. So this is my solution to help extend food for emergency food supplies. Start making your own. All right, everyone, this is Reed, out for now.